What is up, boys? It's your boy, Commissioner Dalhair here, reporting to you live Wednesday, September 13th, after week one in the books. Oh my god, we've all been waiting for this for too fucking long. And what a week it was. I couldn't be happier that I took my last 8 hours of vacation for the year to be home on this lovely day, a holiday in my opinion. First Sunday of football season, nothing better than that. It was an exciting day, right from the first games through. And I guess the Giants game, Dallas, I actually didn't watch the second half of that snooze fest. But right up until 1 a.m. Tuesday morning, when I pulled out the 1-point dub over Logan, thanks to the Broncos, it was a nonstop, some tight matchups across the board. At least personally, I was into it. Like I said, we had a super tight matchup, and it literally came down to the last play of the week. Sorry, Log, don't mean to rub it in. But, man, anyway, I'm going to get into it here. I got to keep this video under 31 minutes. I only got that much space on my phone, recording this from my phone today, because I don't want to record the whole thing like I did last year that one time, and then y'all not be able to hear it, because my computer webcam sucks. So anyway, we got some interesting matchups that took place. We'll start with, we'll start with the week winner. Congratulations, Bob. Enjoy it. You had two, pretty solid players out because of the hurricane, and you still won the week. 208 points, beating down poor little Calvin in his first matchup in the new league, and you did not show him any sympathy, just putting it right up his ass pretty hard. Kelvin, in this league, we give away awards each week. One is the cocksucker award. That goes to the person that sucked the most dick and put up the least amount of points. You escaped that terrible fate in your first week, so kudos to you for not getting the cocksucker. That belongs to George with a measly 123 points. The second award that we give out is the Essence Award. This is nicknamed after Kinger's girlfriend of high school / a year into college, the beautiful, not so much the thick, Sarah Essence. And this girl loved it in the ass, Calvin. So we came up with the award. I did. If you lose by the most in your matchup, you just took that dick real hard by your opponent, hence the Essence Award. So Bob used his tiny little white pecker and gave you the Essence Award this week, man. He beat you by, 68 and 8, 76 points he spanked you by. Even with Kareem Hunt getting a goose egg, he still beat you by 13. But on to the matchup of you two. Like I said, Bob's team led the way. Kareem Hunt, 53, just putting in work on Thursday night. It was pretty impressive to watch, no doubt, from a rookie running back, just fumbling on his first carry and then just being a man amongst boys out there through the air, on the ground. Total all-around effort by Kareem Hunt. Picked that, obviously he's not going to have another 53-point game this year. I'd put money on it. But Bob will call a lot of slack for that pick. Who would have thought here? Bob goes, quarterback to start her off, A-Rod and Breeze. And we're looking at 20 points and 17 points out of them. 37 combined, and he still wins the week. Good dividends from Ty Montgomery, showing workhorse potential against the Seahawks, 18 points. And then second highest score, third highest score after Hunt and Rodgers was the Panthers defense with 19. You got 30 points out of your kicker and your D. That's always a good bonus. Solid enough contributions from your, half-assed wide receiver core. I'm looking at this, I'm like, damn, 208, but that 53 just sticks out. But obviously you got good potential, some staying power. Rodgers and Breeze probably only go up from there. And Now you got Babytron, a.k.a. Kenny Galladay, 2 into the fold for $40 of your dollars. Oof, Calvin, looking at your receiver core, I was making fun of Bob's. Yours is worse, man. AJ, 12 points. Nothing to write home about, but it was better than 2 from Hogan, 2 from Kevin White. Paul Richardson, we picked him for you, and he got 9. Greg Olson, huge disappointment with 3. Jonathan Stewart, though, 15. Actually outscoring McCaffrey with 12. Your quarterbacks, though, solid 23 and 22 from Rivers and Breeze. Breeze got some of that late kind of garbage time. Almost made the game. Did make the game interesting there. 23 points against Denver is pretty good there. For the 7th highest QB on the week. And then Derek Carr is the 8th at 22. You got some pieces, brother. Aguilar, another guy we drafted for you. 23 on your bench. He could be something maybe. You don't know. Obviously having Jarvis Landry out hurt you. But hey, week 1 in the books, you didn't get the cocksucker. I'd be taking that as a positive. Second matchup we'll look at. Guess we'll just look at me and Log quick here. 178 to 177 nail biter, thanks to McAnus shanking the 50-yard field goal, and then that stout Denver defense blocking the kick to seal the game. That should went to overtime. There's no way that I would have won this matchup. So thank you, Denver defense. Log was led by Matty Stafford, 35 points. The QB2 on the week. I was led by the QB3, Sam Bradford, who'd have thought, 33. Meanwhile, we got Carson Palmer and Russell Wilson each going for 10. Log getting, man, I had freaking Stephon Diggs going off, but damn, there's Logan's boy, Adam Thielen, right there hanging with him point for point, 28 to 27. Good contribution from him. As always, Shady did his thing, 24 points, looking like the, besides Antonio Brown, Shady, best first-round pick or whatever. Him and Jordy combined, second best pick of the first 11 picks so far through 1 week. It's crazy. You look at the first round, David Johnson, 14 points out. Le'Veon, 7 points. A-Rod, only 20. Antonio Brown, like I said, did his thing, 32. Brady, 10. Julio, 10. Beckham and fucking Evans didn't even play. Devontae Freeman, 11. Like, first round picks, supposed to be your safe picks. Money in the bag, consistent week to week. And only pretty much 2 of them put up, what we're hoping for. Not real much else exciting, to be honest, with Logan's team from a week 1 perspective, not from, rest of the season outlook. DT is solid 11, Marvin with 11. We'll say CJ Anderson, he looked pretty good for only having 9 points. He looked like he was running pretty well, 20 for 81 he had, and a catch. He also had a incomplete target on their last drive that would have sealed my fate in the loss, but it did not happen. I went to bed. I was like, I'm fucked. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, let me just check quick. I see Seaman throws a pick. I watched the next 20 minutes on the little fucking Gamecast thing on the app. Fucking sweating bullets in my bed, hoping some miracle I could pull this out. Like I said, my team, 178, led by Bradford's 33, then Tyreek Hill, my boy, 32. Getting deep on that one bomb, pretty much was most of his points there, but hey, playmakers make plays. That's like 6 straight games, they said, with like a 40-yard or 50-yard touchdown or more or something. I went pretty receiver heavy. None of them sucked. Just none of them put up, big-time stud numbers like I was hoping. Julio, 10, Dougie, 10, Fitz, 13. Stephon Diggs put up the stud numbers, 28. We already touched upon him. Dalvin Cook coming through big, 20 points, sitting just under 100 yards. Needed that bonus, and he rips off a 33-yard run to seal the game. Caught me an extra 7 points right there. But Jesus Christ. Texans defense, 0 against the Jaguars. Like, I'm putting in a petition, let's eliminate kickers and defenses. I actually fucking drafted these cats. Thinking, oh, they got Jaguar, J.J. Watt, Clowney, Whitney Marcellus. Pretty good secondary, this and that. 0 fucking points. I could have picked any of the other 31 teams in the motherfucking National Football League and got a point. What the fuck? DeMarco Murray only getting me 7. That kind of worried me. Not sure. I didn't watch too much of that game. I guess they just weren't really feeding them. They weren't really running the ball too much in general. It didn't seem. He only had 12 carries, 44 yards, a couple catches. But hey, I'll take the week 1 dub. I'm on to Bobo, and hopefully we can pull out another one this week. Other matchup that finished pretty close. Johnny at King. Johnson's week got started off slow with Brady with 10. And Gronk with 5, but Gillespie chipping in 22 with 3 touchdowns. He ended up pulling out the win, 140 to 125. King was obviously hurt by 2 quarterbacks being affected by the storm, so he throws in Scott Tolzien there, who gets him 1 point, and then David Johnson getting hurt, sitting on 14. King's receiving core, he's got some high quality players in there. Did not show up. Ty 8, Dez 6, Devontae 7, Brandon Marshall 2. Didn't even have a catch until like the last drive of the game or something. Unbelievable. They look terrible. Macklin, no 15. Solid Woodhead with 6 points till he goes and blows a hammy. Dude had 3 catches on the first drive. Led the team in catches. The fucking dude played 1 drive. Unbelievable, this dude. His production and his propensity for soft tissue and or other injuries. Hopefully Buck Allen can catch 3 passes a drive for me. Now that scooped him up off the wire. But Carson Wentz showing up with 29. Dude looks pretty good. He's got some tools, man. He might be for real. Johnny, your high guy was, like I said, Gillespie with 22. Melvin Gordon, pretty good game against that Denver defense with 18. Carlos Hyde, 13. Randall Cobb looked like vintage Randall Cobb. I'm not sure if y'all watched the game or what, but he was moving the sticks, 10 yards at a pop. Finished for 9 for 85. So that's what we'd like to see Randy Cobb. Elshon didn't do much, with them putting up 30 points, you thought he'd have more than 8. Decker with only 4. Zay Jones, I think he had 1 catch. Yeah, 1 catch, 20 yards. Mike Wallace, only 1 point, 8-yard catch. And Cam got 17, which ain't bad, but he did not look good in the process. He just looked bad. I caught glimpses of that game. I was on the local station here, whatever. I mean, we know Cam can put up numbers, not actually being a good quarterback. So, but he just did not look good, man. Johnson trying to tight end the shit out of this league. Leaves them all on the bench. Jason Witten with 18. Jason Witten versus the Cowboys. Ask Wang. Yeah, Witten. Yeah, Witten. You play Jason Witten versus the Giants. That's the bottom line. I might have said Cowboys before. You play him versus the Giants. And then Chucky Clay against the Jets with 15 on your bench as well. But hey, Johnny, 1-0. You still got that winning streak going, brother. Still riding high, pulling out magic from your championship season. The next matchup we'll look at here, a very good matchup. 194 for Wang to 171 for Magic, Miami Mike. Miami Mike, man, you put up a pretty good showing. 5th highest points of the week. In your first week in the new league here, and this was all without your first round pick, Odell Beckham. Can't be too disappointed in the showing. From a cumulative standpoint, I'm saying without your first round pick, but you got Elliott, so that's basically a first round pick, you lucky bastard. Dude's just a beast, 22 points like clockwork. Matt Ryan, 24. They didn't look great. 24, still a good showing. Still the 6th QB highest this week. Roth with 20. Leonard Fournette, 25 points. Man, they fed that big bastard. 29 freaking touches for the rookie. 26 on the ground and 3 through the air. He looks the part, and he played the part this week. We'll see if he can keep going with those type of workloads. I mean, he's a big enough dude. Some injury histories at LSU or wherever he went. But he looked good. Wide receivers were pretty disappointing. Benjamin with 3, Emmanuel with 5. He got strapped up. Tyler Lockett with 1. Corey Coleman, no solid 16. Evan Ingram, I was thinking that was a terrible pick. 8 points. That's 8 more than my tight end got me, Hunter Henry. I didn't even touch upon my broadcast or my review of my team. Fuck that dude, Hunter Henry. Ain't gonna drop him yet though, probably. But really, not even a target. Unbelievable. Wang's team. Putting up 194. Getting -2 out of your quarterback. Andy, the Red Rocket Ginger Dalton. Showing up big in week 1, -2 points. Tossing 4 picks against the Ravens. You're not going to get 33 points out of your defense every week, but you got to be pretty happy putting up 194 with a -2 in there. Tyrod with 21. Gurley with 20 points. He still looked terrible. Absolutely terrible on the ground. Punched in a touchdown, but 19 carries for 40 yards, like 2.1 a carry. His point total was boosted by, 10 points on the ground, 5 for 50 receiving, or through the air. So that helps. Theo hop off my Riddick with 14 points, solid showing. RB 14 after 1 week. Dude had 1 carry for -1 yard, but caught 6 passes and a touchdown. Amari Cooper had 17. Could have had an even bigger week. You literally watched him real time drop 3 passes in the end zone in a row. I've never seen anything like it. Bubble screen drop, fade drop, scramble drill drop. Could not believe. I've never seen anything like that. DeAndre Hopkins showing up with 18. There he is. Number 10 on the year. I was telling you during the draft how he has 2 top 10 weeks in the past 23 weeks, I believe it was. And he goes and gets one here. Still not spectacular numbers. 7 for 55. The touchdown helps. 16 targets, I believe he had. So he was getting fed. I mean, if he gets fed 16 targets a game, if he can catch 50% of those, he'll be a good asset for your team. Jordan Reed, not bad with 8. Obviously, Crowder in the same game was disappointing with only 4. Tyrell Williams, a solid 10 for you. And Big Daddy Terrence West had 80 yards and a touchdown for 14 points. Could have been a bigger day. I think they rested him in the second half because they were spanking him and they ran Buck Allen a lot. I don't really think Buck is going to get that big of a market share going forward. I hope he does since I picked him up, but we'll see. But anyway, Wayne comes away with the win, 194 to 171. Last matchup we'll look at here was the C Cups Make My Zohar and Flaccid Brown Abdullah, which is George. George, I don't care that you had Mike Evans out or whatever, this, that, the other thing. You still the cocksucker. Suck it, motherfucker. 123 points, dude. Come on. Really? You're better than that. Or so I thought. Pick up all these stout-ass wide receivers. 9, Mike Thomas. 12, Terrell Pryor. Keenan Allen, 14. Johnny Brown, 8. Watkins, 10. I think Garcon had 12. Shit. Abdullah did get you 7, though, so he only lost 5 points so far in that trade. Shit, dude. Where are we getting your kicker? Dan Bailey, 15. He's your second highest scoring player behind Kirk Cousins. So your team was rough this week. I don't think they'll stay that bad, obviously. But you shit the fucking bed big time week 1. And got beat by Zoe, which never feels good to get beat by Zoe. So just remember that. Especially when Le'Veon only puts up 7 points. Golden Taint was his high score with 23, followed by Mariota with 18. nothing too else really crazy going on here with Zoe's team. Zach Ertz with 17. He's going to be a target monster probably with Matthews gone and, other pass catchers not being too reliable necessarily. 12 out of your kicker and your defense each, and now Caleb Sturgis is on the IR. But the story of the day has to be Zoe's bench. 109 almost beat Georgia's starters, 123. Cooper Kupp's 17 on the bench. Helix Jesus Smith with 46 on the bench, just lighting it up. Looked like Rodgers out there. Maybe they traded number one pick, that redoed it, and that was Rodgers out there dropping dimes. And Tariq Cohen with 24, that little motherfucker is fast and quick, and he looked legit. And Kobe Fleener was 16. That dude, fuck that guy, he had 16. So you didn't deserve a win with 144, but you got one. So good for you. And you're sitting atop the brown guy division with Wang. The only two of you guys to cop a win this week. Magic Mike, Calvin, and George at 0-1. My division, me, Bob, and Johnny at 1-0. Let's see here. We got about 8 minutes left to try and get a little week 2 preview in right quick. My prize for squeaking out the 1-pointer is to now play Bob, the high scorer from week 1. Looking at it right now. Early projections are at 199 for me to 191 for Bob. ESPN being very optimistic with these quarterback projections. Carson Palmer at 26 against Indy. He looked like shit, but I'm probably going to roll him out there again because I want to play Dak versus Denver. Bradford, they're projecting 20. Think that's doable, even though Pitts D is pretty solid. Calling for Rodgers and Breeze for 29. Not that that's optimistic when you compare it to Palmer for 26, but you just don't see those high numbers on ESPN too frequently. Kareem Hunt getting no love, calling him for only 14. Ty Mott for 12. Deshaun for 12 in their first game. Jordan Matthews, Richard Matthews, 12 and 11. Garcon for 14 against Seattle. That could be tough, but the dude's getting fed. He's going to get looks. Panthers D versus Buffalo. That's interesting. And then you get a J back, first game, projecting him at 13 against the Chargers. I got DeMarco going versus Jacksonville. Hopefully he can do a little better than last week. Delvin Cook versus Pitt. Got him at 13. Julio versus the Pac-Man, projecting him at 21. Obviously, I want them fantasy points, man, but I'm going to be there live at the game with my dog Kelvin. We're going to be sitting in the nosebleeds watching the Packers avenge that championship game loss. And hopefully they can contain Julio a little bit, or at least just win the game. Dougie B versus Frisco. Hopefully he finds his footing. They got him at 17. And Fitz for 17 against Indy. He should do work against Indy. But this should be a pretty good matchup if I had to guess between me and Bob. Next we got Magic Mike and Michael King. 0-1 versus 0-1. Mike's team should be led by probably Matt Ryan. Like I said, Packers D look fucking dope against Seattle. Granted, their line is trash and whatnot, but our secondary was healthy. We just cut Ladarius Gunter, who was our starter for the NFC Championship game. Just cut his ass yesterday. So that shows, we got some players that can ball now, hopefully. Roth versus Minnesota. They're projecting 23. That could be a tough test. Minnesota's D pretty solid. Ezekiel versus Denver, not the best matchup, but I just don't know if this dude can be stopped. Crabtree versus the Jets should be pretty good for you as Benjamin versus Buffalo. They hope to Benjamin bounce back. Emmanuel Sanders versus Dallas should be pretty good. See if he can improve on his 5 points from last week. If I were you, I'd probably take that Falcons defense out of there, though, against the Packers. King, you got Jameis going up against Chi-Town. That should be pretty good for you. Wentz versus KC, not the best matchup, but he should still be solid. Marshawn Lynch looking to go beast mode versus the Jets. He looked pretty good this week. I think He didn't score, but he had 76 yards and a catch. Neat little somersault on an incompletion. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. He missed the catch and then just was like, oh, fuck it, and just do a little somersault. Derek Carr was cracking up. Oh boy, King getting ballsy and throwing Shane Vereen in there. I know how it is trying to predict these Shane Vereen games. Good luck with that. TY versus Arizona, 14. That's going to be tough without a quarterback and against that. Probably Patrick Pearson will shadow him. Des versus Denver going to be tough as well. Devontae versus Atlanta. Don't know what to expect there. Oh, they're projecting Magic Mike 198 to Kings 182. Only 14 for Seattle D. I could see them severely outplaying that against San Francisco. Maybe swing this matchup for King. Next, we'll look real quick here at Logan versus Johnny. 1 versus 0 versus Logan 0-1. Logan trying to get on the board after the heartbreaker. Looks like he's got some pretty good matchups here. Russell Wilson versus San Fran. Matt Stafford versus the Giants isn't the best matchup, though. McCoy versus Carolina. Denver Boys versus Dallas is good. Jordy versus Atlanta should be good. Adam Thielen versus Pitt. Obviously, I hope Thielen keeps balling out along with Diggs and Bradford. But Pitt's D isn't too bad. Cole Beasley versus Denver. He might get some looks just because they're going to be blanketing the outside guys so tight that Dak might have to dump it down real quick. Johnny gets Brady versus New Orleans. He should go off. Fucking, damn, they got him projected at 33. That's what Bradford put up. So this will be the thing, seeing if Brady's really declining, or if last week was a one-game blip, and he bounces back versus the bad Saints D. Cam versus Buffalo should be good. Carlos Hyde versus Seattle, probably some tough sledding there. Still rolling Zay Jones out there. Don't know how I feel about that. Gronk should do his thing hopefully this week. You hope the Patriots put up 40 points against the Saints. But projected Johnny at 198 to Logan's 190. Again, ESPN Week 2, they like to bump the fuck out of these projections. We got the Battle of the Brown guys, Wang versus O. Projecting Wang to win 192 to 187. Projecting Dalton for 19 against Houston. Houston looked terrible. That's, possible. Tyrod versus Carolina, 20. Only calling for your boy Riddick for 9 against the Giants this week. Gurley with 16. Antonio versus Minnesota, they're calling 21. Like I said, Minnesota's D is good, but you can't stop Antonio Brown. Cooper versus the Jets. I'm feeling he gets loose for a deep ball there. Jameson Crowder and Jordan Reed looking to bounce back versus the Rams. Terrence West versus Cleveland projected at 10. He'd probably beat that. I'm seeing 70, 80 yards and a touch for him. That's mid-teen type of points. Zoe, you got Mariota going versus Jacksonville. They're calling 21. Jacksonville's D looked pretty good, so that'll be interesting. Alex Smith versus Philly. Le'Veon versus Minnesota, gonna be tough. Cooks versus New Orleans. He probably could get deep for one there. Projecting him at 18. Tariq Cohen, 11 projection against Tampa Bay. We'll see if this dude's the truth or what's up, how they're going to use him going forward. Only got about a minute left here. I apologize, boys, so I'm going to have to make it quick. We got Kelvin versus George. Battle of the 0-1s, the two lowest scorers of week 1 going head-to-head. Somebody's going to get a win, yeah. Derek Carr versus the Jets. That should be good for you, Kelvin. Projecting him at 27. Devontae versus Green Bay. Our run defense looks stout, but you never know. They can just shit the bed any day. Chris Hogan looking to rebound versus the Saints. Greg Olsen versus Buffalo should be pretty good for you. Right now, they're projecting Kelvin to lose 173 to 197 for George. George has Flacco versus Cleveland. Hopefully he can bounce back from his 9-point showing. Mike Evans versus Chicago. That should be good for you. Good to get him back in the lineup and in a plus matchup. Mike Thomas versus New England. New England looked shitty last week, so he should be able to eat. Jimmy Graham versus Frisco. Maybe do some damage there. That's about it. But, hey, I got to run, boys, because my shit's about to end. But week 1's in the books. On to week 2, motherfuckers. I'm coming for my 3rd championship.